I'm live sa Facebook. Hello.
Siguro po yung
Ano bang pag-usap? May 27.
Tsaka yung TV.
Basically, we're all here to parang we're trying to promote the concert that we're gonna have on May 27 at the Music Museum. It's called Endless Revisited. Basically, it's in support of the DVD that we released under MCA. The DVD is the documentary about the band. At the same time, yung concert that we had last year, May 9. And then, to promote the DVD, this year, what we did ni John and with MCA was we toured around mga different mga record stores and bars to launch the DVD. And we did the acoustic set, an acoustic set na rearranged versions of our songs. And then, thankfully, we had a really good response sa mga tao in terms of buying the DVD as well as coming to the shows and listening to the acoustic set. So, nag-decide yung MCA, though it's so short notice, biglaan na lang nilang kung maganda yung response ng mga tao, like, why not come out with a longer set na acoustic versions ng mga kanta. So, pumayag naman kami because some fans naman din asked if we're gonna do a longer set sa acoustic, so we decided why not. So, yun yung May 27 yan. So, it's just me and John Dinopol. And then we got our brother Russell Manaloto from Fast Pitch and Curbside to perform with us. And then, yun, may mga bands na mag-open, Autotelic and Sirens. Yun lang. Simpleng gig lang siya. And sana magustuhan na yung show. Pupunta pa kayo?
Wala ba kami TV?
Di ba? Si Aaron, ha? Hindi nakatala. All Urbandub songs pa rin. Pero we rearranged the songs to fit an acoustic setting. Kumbaga, talagang we tried our best din na baguhin namin din from the normal band setting na maingay. So we tried to tone it down even more with the songs. Ibang approach, but some songs, iniba namin totally yung genre. Yeah. We basically just had fun with the songs.
Gab, did you have to ask permission from the other two na hindi kasali sa acoustic set?
Yeah, more or less naman. Kasi in agreement naman kaming lahat eh. And then we're actually doing it for them kasi we're the ones natira ni John to really promote the DVD. And then, kumbaga, it's fun din eh. We're musicians. We love to play. That's the only thing that we know how to do. So, why not?
How valuable is it that you're able to end your career in Urbandub with the concept and the record and
Very important kasi parang more than us being a band, a lot of the story behind Urbandub kasi stems from where we come from is the Cebu. Now we're probinsyano kami na banda na had no idea that we were gonna come to Manila and be able to do what we were able to do na 15. We're not the biggest band, we always say it, we're not the biggest band, but for us it was a big deal na at least a Cebuano-based band from the province was able to make it naman on a national level and last for 15 years. So that's the whole gist of the documentary. And sana magbigay ng hope din for other provincial bands or any starting band na from indie roots or whatever na they can also actually make it. You don't have to be the biggest, but at least napapansin as long as you have good music.
Pero what's the biggest reason why you're disbanded?
We disbanded kasi, yun nga, we've been together for 15 years. We've been touring endlessly for 15 years. We went all over Asia, we went all over Philippines, all over Asia. And then umabot kami sa point na it started becoming too routine for us. Naging routine na siya ba? And at the same time, sa edad namin, we started having our own families, kumbaga, mga business. So, we decided na instead na we get to a point na mag-away-away na kami because maybe the direction is starting to become different kasi iba-iba na yung priority. Oh, since we're 15 years now, why not just end it solid number? We're all friends, have fun, and then let's take a hiatus, take a break, and explore other stuff like family, tapos yung iba explore music outside of the setting ng Urbandub. Kasi yun yung sometimes yung nangyayari sa mga bands na may formula na. As a musician, as an artist, parang nasa stagnate ka eh. So kami, we don't listen to one particular genre lang of music. We want to explore other stuff. So I think it's time na for us to see that through.
The music industry has recognized you creating your own genre of music. What do you think is your own assessment of your legacy as a band?
As a legacy, one thing that yung sa amin was always about mixing genres together. Kumbaga, we never stop to one specific genre. Like we can do the heavy rock side na tugtog, pero we can also do like an R&B song like Evidence, or a pop anthem song like First of Summer. So we wanted to be known na kung ano yung music namin, there's no specific genre, it's just Urbandub na music. And then, being a provincial band, yun yung legacy namin na we wanted to push forward na even if you're from the province, you're not the best band coming from the province, okay lang. You can still make it naman as long as you put in the work and you're focused and passionate about it. Walang halong showbiz.
Ayun na, walang halong showbiz kasi 'di ba parang may mga bands na earlier before yun na nagpahiga ng disband. Hindi ba nakiki-join lang kayo sa hype?
With nag-disband?
Like Kamikaze.
The Kamikaze thing, it was funny kasi sabay kami nag-decide. Naunahan lang kami mag-announce.
Okay.
Yeah, so ang ginawa namin, nauna kami mag-concert. No, but we're friends we're all friends, and we in the music industry, me and the Urbandub and Kamikaze, halos sabay. Actually, sabay.
Yes.
Housemate ko pa si Jay when we were starting out, so yung kwentuhan, yung pag-share ng music. Kasi housemate kami for a year and a half, kasama si Dar ng parokya. So sabay kami nangarap. So it's kind of funny na sabay din kami nag-S. Coincidence lang siya, pero parang ganun din yung tema din nila when we get to talk with them. Yun din, family, gusto mag-explore ng ibang music. You know what I mean? And it's good na both bands are ending it on a good note. It's not the normal, typical na band breakup na nag-break dahil nag-away-away. And that's, for me, that's sad. Because being a fan of music then, I felt really bad when all the bands that I love, like River Maya or Eraserheads, during those times, nag-split. Tapos, biglang nawala. Wala masking last concert na grande ba. So, I think both bands like Kamikaze and Urbandub, we were able to do that naman. Sobra yung sa Kamikaze kasi Araneta. The sad part, they had to retire for them to be able to have a concert like that. Diba? They can actually do that, pero you know, it's, I kind of hope na mag-reunion nga sila ulit.
So what happened to the members now? I mean, are you going to have your own business now? Are you going to train new talents?
We've all had our own businesses na. So we're all focusing on that. Our drummer, si Janjan, is now based in Australia. He's working there now with his wife, and then they have a baby on the way. Si Lalay naman is helping run her family business, at the same time taking care of her kid. She has a 2-year-old, I think now. She's 2. And then si John has a business then, he has a clothing line, and he has his own band. Ako naman, I'm managing bands now, and few business here and there. And then currently I'm writing an EP lang, just for fun. To write songs para hindi mawala yung mawala.
What about going solo? You have plans?
Yun lang, EP. Solo project, EP, because I can't stop not writing music. So I'm not putting out a full album, just EP lang, just for fun. Kasi I'm more focused din now on really managing bands and mga business and family. Gives me more time with my kid. I have a 3-year-old, so yun din yung one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to take a break from the touring, the Urbandub thing. Takes you away, late night sa mga bar gigs, tapos you travel a lot, so parang tamang mo yun. At least lahat nasa Manila.
Okay. Could you tell us ano yung mga songs nandito, and then I think mga compilation mo ito ng mga hits, no?
Yeah, basically, instead of coming out with the greatest hits thing, we just did live version. Basically, the concept is the live version of all the singles that we put out. So we did 15 singles to celebrate 15 years of Urbandub, like from all the different albums, all the singles from the different albums that we released. And then we added about another 6 songs as the encore set, na all from our second album Influence, which actually put us on the map, so to speak. Kumbaga, yun yung album na na-notice kami on the national level with Soul Searching, songs like that, and A New Tattoo. So parang ano siya, tribute na rin sa mga labista na sumuporta sa amin. So it's 22 songs all in all, in total. Plus the documentary that was shot by 36O Production, directed by Paulo Ruiz, who collaborated with us with the documentary. Dapat kasi ano yung footage was supposed to be just behind the scenes nung concert. And then, for some strange reason, it morphed into a documentary about the band. So, ayos din. Ganda. Hindi sinadya.
Gab, what is your take sa current band scene?
Current band scene?
Yeah, you think it would be harder for the new bands or mas madali tuloy kasi mas malawak na yung...
It shouldn't be hard dahil may internet. Like, indie bands nowadays can just post wherever, and then you have groups like Indie Manila and all the bloggers who support the younger bands. Like, let's say a band like Miles Experience recently had an album launch, puno.
Nasa Spotify na
And
sila
they're
agad.
not even a major label band or anything like that because of the internet. So the bands nowadays don't really have an excuse already promoting their music. They just have to do it in a creative way. Autotelic, who's under our management, is now signed under MCA. So that's something to look forward to. The whole scene ng Route 196, all the bands or the artists coming out from there are really, really good. That people should take notice ba? Like real musicians, real people who write music and play instruments and really perform their hearts out. So people should look forward to that. This year and next year, for sure.
You mentioned you still write songs, and you're going to release an EP. Do you have any in mind upcoming mga artists na you would like to produce a songs or record a song?
I've been producing behind the scenes naman for younger artists. I've produced stuff for Farewell Fairweather. They were the ones that won sa Jack Daniels na event, and then producing also for Autotelic. And then may mga racket, I never say no naman as long as it's a fun project. And then more producing my own stuff. Yeah. Open naman tayo lagi pag music related. Elements Music Camp, I help out with that with Mr. C. Getting 60 singer-songwriters from all over the Philippines, and they're free of charge sila na camp for 4 days, and that they're taught by some of the best songwriters that we have in the industry. And that's all free.
Gab, can you recall your role in the band? When I interviewed yung international artist si Boy George, yung 80s to, sabi niya, siya yung CEO ng band niya, yung culture tour. How would you, being the face of the band?
Ano kami, cooperative.
Ayun ang cooperative.
Co-op kami, sa Urbandub co-op. Everybody has their own role. Like, I have my role as a songwriter, and then everybody has their roles in terms of arranging. And then like si Janjan would do the production side before sa band, like mga events namin, mga bar gigs, he would do it for us. And then Lala is the face. Siya yung pretty girl. Siya yung princess. She doesn't have to move unless she has to play. Accounting si Lalay. Siya yung magaling sa accounting. Siya yung pinakamagaling sa accounting kasi gastador kaming tatlo. So,
and Gabby, I've been seeing you posting videos of your recording sa Instagram.
Yes.
With recording right now with Buddy Zabala and
for Tuso, yeah.
for so are we going to expect more collaborations from you and other artists?
I hope so. Kasi actually this whole EP na I'm putting out, it's mainly me finally getting out of the whole Urbandub mode. Na parang I want to explore nga music na different genres. Yung mga gusto ko rin na hindi ko pwedeng
Ano sa urban?
i-ano sa Urbandub kasi parang naka-default setting na yung ginagawa namin eh. So, as much as I can, I really want to work with other artists. So, I was fortunate enough naman na for this album, I was able to work with Buddy Zabala and Raymond Marasigan, who I've been fans of for years. Kaya ako nagbanda dahil sa E-Heads eh. So, to be able to work with them on 2 songs on the album, I was very grateful. Hopefully, the next few EPs na come out, I can work with other artists na I like. Yeah.
Do you think with the way things are going now sa music industry, kasi di ba may mga kanya-kanya, 70s glory, 80s
Yeah.
excitement, yung mga ganun. So, do you think mababalik pa natin yung sparkle sa OPM bands, just like nung mga time mo? What's happening now?
I don't really, me being part of the band scene, I never felt naman na nawala yung sparkle eh. Kumbaga, hindi lang, there was just a time na nawala lang siya sa media spotlight. But, if you're in the scene and you're immersed in the scene and you go to the gig, it's always full. And people still buy the albums, people are always active on social media posting stuff about their favorite bands. Hindi lang kami, nag-shift lang ulit, na kumbaga yung glory days nung early 2000 bands, until siguro about 2007, mga ganun, nag-shift yung music taste ng tao ulit to EDM and clubs and DJs. So, now, backseat mo na yung mga banda, or hopefully, babalik or at least equal footing. Ganun naman eh, everything goes around in cycles. Dati acoustic naman yung sikat, hindi banda. Sabay dumating yung Greyhounds and Queso and all those bands, and umangat na naman ulit. Yan and yan. Pero for me, it never, hindi nawala.
May nami-miss ka ba? Yung ikaw, anong nami-miss mo dun sa whole 15 years experience? Like,
Van rides. Yung mga van ride namin. Like, in between gigs. Mga out of town, out of the country travels. Kasi yun yung mga on stage given in eh. Like, we love performing on stage together. Pero yung mga little moments like, we don't like practices kasi stressful. Pero yung pag nasa mga van, mga kwentuhan sa van, yun yung nakakamiss. Yung mga small moments na kami lang, walang ibang tao. It's just the 4 of us. You know? That's fun. Laughter, pero tikinig kami Madonna, Billy Garden, tapos kumakanta kami lahat, todo. Kasi pag rock at rock lang puro yung pinapakinggan mo, tapos yun yung tinutugtog mo, syempre pagdating sa van, gusto mo mag-chill, kaya ka ng iba.
tell us your business now? I think that's an art business, right?
Yeah, I started a company with a friend of mine, my partner, when we started Dark Matter Artisan Soap. We basically we do it's specialized in a soap to help with the mga tattoo aftercare products. So we have soap and then we're coming out with lotion for for the tattoo community. At the same time now we're also trying to market it towards mga active lifestyle people, like people that go to the gym, mga ganun, or who fight MMA and kasi siya good antibacterial siya na soap, prevents staph infection, faster healing, kahit yung mga may psoriasis or whatever na gumagana siya. Sad. Hindi na ako musician. Beautician.
Dermatologist.
Endorser ka na ng ano mo.
Bibenta ng sabon.
Ako kasi pasa sa networking.
We have most of the places that carry our products are all tattoo shops. So people can buy it there, and then we're fixing up our online distribution. We're fairly new. We've been around for a year and a half pa lang. Ano ba?
Bro, any song that you think defines the music of the band? Any particular song that you can name?
Any song that defines the...
That you think best defines the attitude ng group?
Siguro Endless, A Silent Whisper. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we also named the concert Endless. Kasi parang yung song na yun, it's heavy, pero melodic. It's gritty, pero may sweet na sentiment pa rin siya. And then, it's a mix of different genres, yung sa loob na musically, when we wrote it. Ganun.
Could you go back dun sa May 27 na concert? Ano ba yung mga surprise or exciting na pwede nang yan sa mangyayari that night?
Masusurprise sila sa versions ng songs. Kasi it's acoustic, pero it's not the typical acoustic na parang tutugtugin lang namin acoustic version lang nung kanta. We totally, kami ni John and along with Russell, we rearranged talaga the set. Kumbaga, First of Summer won't sound the same. And we really played around with the arrangements of the songs. So hopefully they'll like it.
What about mga guest performers? May mga invite pa?
We invited two of the bands that we're really looking forward to making it also na mga favorites na namin among many. Pero we invited Autotelic to perform, who just got signed also to MCA. So you wait for hopefully you guys can wait for their album, and then Sirens is performing.
Other songs bro na unreleased, na-record nyo during your band time, tapos hindi nyo na-release? Or yung mga
Wala. The funny thing about Urbandub, when we write our albums, it was always as is. Kumbaga, we've been very blessed enough as a band na the labels that we were tied up with before we were with another label and now with MCA, the label always supported us like full creative freedom. So we were lucky in that sense na kumbaga kung ano yung output na malabas namin sa studio, pagbigay namin sa kanila, okay, sige, release nyo na. It wasn't like, oh, sulat pa kayo ng mas marami, tapos pagpilian natin. So whatever output na nilabas ng Urbandub, yun eh.
Just a good team.
Are you open for doing TV shows later on if there's an offer? Diba? Like
If the
to get
price is
jewelry?
right.
Or may nag-offer na before?
Before kasi Urbandub, we were always we never really did TV or anything like that before. We kind of avoided it then. Pero individually, I think we're all very open to it. But as a band, kasi there was a preset mold din that we wanted to present Urbandub for people. Pero individually, we were always open naman. We weren't averse to it, we just avoided it before. Ngayon, since we're individuals, try everything once.
What do you think is the secret of Urbandub behind disbanding graciously? I mean, you guys like parted very graciously. Maganda yung naging result, like you have a very nice concert. So what do you think is the secret behind? Like, while you told us earlier na may mga bands na hindi maganda yung breakup, bigla na nagulat lahat. So what do you think is yung secret ng Urbandub behind that?
We were able to distinguish, I think the difference there, kasi we were also able to distinguish na we were starting to get burnt out. We accepted the fact that we were starting to not be on the same page in terms of me personally. I was starting to feel burnt out from the whole thing, and then everybody was thinking of other things. So tumiming lang din na realize namin din. So we were able to exit graciously, and then at the same time, never kami talaga nagkaroon ng major fights in the band kasi we were all singular sa focus namin in wanting to promote Cebu music, where we come from. That was always the goal, na promote where we come from. So from the very beginning until the end, that's all we wanted to do. So yung passion namin for music and our scene and Philippine music in general always stayed there. And then personal lives came in the way. So instead of forcing the issue, we were like, okay, total 15 years na rin tayo. Sige, let's just end it right there.
Can you share some of your best experiences in those 15 years in the band?
Best experiences.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable.
Life lessons.
Yung first time na we were invited to Manila, we played Marikina, Riverbanks. That was our first gig here. And then, first time we played Rock Awards, 2003, performed there, and then won Song of the Year. That was memorable. Our first out of the country gig in Singapore. Tapos, memorable winning best regional act for sa Malaysia. That we beat out other acts from Asia, like from Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia, and then we won best regional act. So that was a good moment din for us. And then all the concerts that we've had, all the big ones that we were able to put up, and then the business were there to support. Laging masaya kumakanta. That's one thing we like.
Okay.
May pizza ba doon? Pizza daw.
No, thank you.
Sige. You guys have any questions pa?
Pang sign ko yun?
Oo.
Okay, good.
Siyempre, autograph.
Yes.
And fix.
Yes.
Tara!
So